News at 7. INEC conduct by-election in 16 constituencies of 12 states. Our security network induct 150 cadets to support government's effort. President Tinubu approves over 16 billion naira for reconstruction of Mokwa Bridge. And from the fallen scene, flash floods claim more than 300 lives as rainfall devastates Pakistan. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the news at 7 on Osrc TV. Kunle Ariyo is my name. By-elections have been held across 12 states of Nigeria. Party test strength, and the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) faces scrutiny in what is described as a test of strength for Nigeria's major parties. Voters in 16 constituencies headed to the poll to slug it out in compliance with the judgment of a federal high court. Social Democratic Party, its candidate, participated in the exercise. The by-elections covered 2 senatorial districts in Anambra and Edo State, and 5 federal constituencies in Edo, Jigawa, Kaduna, Ogun, and Oyo State. The coverage also included 9 states constituencies in Adamawa, Anambra, Kaduna, Kano, Kogi, Niger, Taraba, and Zamfara State. Report from Kano says more than 100 suspected political thugs attempting to obstruct the by-election have been arrested by joint security forces. INEC confirmed that the commencement of voting in some parts of the constituencies was delayed due to attempts by hoodlums to hijack electoral materials. INEC is conducting by-election and supplementary elections in 2 state constituencies to fill vacant seats in Kano State House of Assembly. Kano INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner Zango Abdul expressed satisfaction with the exercise but acknowledged isolated cases of disruption. In the same vein, security operatives have arrested a suspected vote buyer with a 25 million naira cash during the conduct of the by-elections in parts of Kaduna State. The suspect, identified as Aliyu Patanki, was apprehended by operatives of Nigerian Police Force in collaboration with the Department of the State Services and the State Capital. Kaduna State Police Command said preliminary investigation revealed that the huge cash was meant for inducing the voters to compromise the electoral process. Spokesman of the command, Hazan, said the suspect had already confessed to the crime during interrogation and pleaded for leniency. As the election, the police command warned political actors and their supporters to desist from violence and act capable of disrupting the exercise. Meanwhile, Ogun State Commissioner of Police Lanre Ogunlowo says the command is investigating the arrest of the state chairman of People's Democratic Party (PDP) Abayomi Tella and 2 staff of Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) at Ikweru Remo. The suspects were said to have been caught with a huge amount of money suspected to be for vote buying in the Remo Federal Constituency by-election. Ogunlowo said they were already giving police useful information on the case. And still in Ogun State, there was a heavy presence of security personnel in Shagamu, Ikene, and Remo North local government areas of Ogun State during the by-election into Ikene, Shagamu, Remo North Federal Constituency. Reports have it that turnout was impressive, while security officials were at strategic locations to ensure a peaceful election. Officials of the Nigerian Army, Police, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, and Federal Road Safety Corps mounted roadblocks on major roads to ensure the restriction order on movement. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun cast his vote at Ita Isonye Yekperu Ward 3 in Ikene. After voting, the governor hailed the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) for its preparedness to ensure the success of the election. In Anambra, heavy security presence was also witnessed across major roads and strategic locations during the Onitsha North Constituency 1 and the State House of Assembly by-elections. According to report, there were no cases of violence or card failure on the part of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). The two by-elections in the state were aimed at filling the vacant seats at both the Senate and Anambra State House of Assembly, following death of Senator Ifeanyi Ubah and Mr. Justice Azuka. And away from by-election stories now, no fewer than 150 cadets have been inducted into newly established Osrc security network after completing weeks of rigorous training. The security outfit created by our local government of Ondo State is part of renewed efforts to protect lives and property across the region. At the induction, our council chairman Tokwe Omolayo said the rising security challenges in the area necessitated the establishment of the community policing network and recruitment of its members. Blessing Obe reports that the event also featured the unveiling of the network's official uniform. Her report.
Clad in white uniforms, the newly trained cadets stage a colorful parade, marking the end of their training and the beginning of an active service. They are the pioneers of our security network, OSN, a local security outfit set up by our local government to tackle insecurity at the grassroots. To showcase their skills, the cadets performed the march past, stepping forward with pride and readiness for the tasks ahead. The ceremony attracted community members, security veterans, and traditional leaders who described the event a historic milestone for the area. OSN leader Adebola Obajolu said the network was established to complement existing security efforts and strengthening the fight against crime in Owo and its environs.
I want to tell us that this is the beginning. This is the starting point. There's nothing to celebrate now. We are only here to work and make it possible. America was built by human beings, not angels. We can do the same thing here. We can do the same thing. All we need is that contribution which you are thinking is too little will go a long way. No matter how little that contribution is, please support this cause.
Chairman of our local government, Tokwe Omolayo, urged members to collaborate with security agencies and warned against taking the law into their own hands.
I've told them not to take it for granted. That if you are loyal to the job, do not take advantage of this as a joke. See it as a service institution to the community at large.
Community leaders commended the initiative and pledged their support to ensure its success.
In this hour, we have seen what happened. Look at where St. Francis is. Look at where St. Francis is. And when it happened, it's like all of us were sleeping. And by the time we woke up, who will bail the cat? So we thank God that people can bail the cat. Thank you very much, sir.
There is nothing different of what is happened before. Is to gather them and let them know that you people, you are under law. You shouldn't go beyond destruction. And what a destruction is, let there be peace in our community.
May I have your permission to spread the parade, sir?
Also present was the Commissioner of Police, Adebowale Lawal, who inspected the cadets and expressed satisfaction with their performance. He applauded their willingness to volunteer and emphasized the importance of synergy between the police and OSN.
One of the vision and mission of the IGP Heredegwetokun is community-led policing. This is what we are seeing. These people that have been trained for in the last 4 days, they've seen the rudiments of policing. We want to appreciate, at least compliment our efforts. We know we have some challenge, but with these people now, we want to thank the chairman for bringing the train.
Some of the newly inducted cadets also expressed confidence and readiness to contribute to security in their communities. The Owo Security Network, the first of its kind in Ondo State, is tasked with safeguarding lives and property at the local level. With their training complete and uniforms unveiled, these cadets now carry the hopes of a community determined to secure its future. Blessing Obi, Osrc News.
We'll not take a break now. When we come back, we'll give you more stories. Please, do stay with us.
The best thing we are doing now is putting housing on the front burner of our needs. We have a successful inclusiveness, and the loan that is necessary for our people to get educated and invest in their own life. We will build a fair society. We will launch a bold new initiative to empower 400,000 young Nigerians, including youth corpers, with consumer credit. The dream is realizable. The way we are going, we have a road that we have outlived all of us. That is how to build the future.
Powered by Grassroots Movement for Tinubu GMT Ondo State Chapter. GMT, in God we trust.
Welcome back and thanks for joining us. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at Osrc TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel Osrc TV Ondo. Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa was called on human resources professionals to shape the future of Nigeria's workforce and position the nation as a role model globally. The governor made the call at the 10th annual conference of Chartered Institute of Personnel Management, Ondo State Branch in Akure. The report. The theme of this year's conference is building a future-ready workforce, a strategic role of human resources, represented by Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, Olaolu Akindolure. The government described CIPM a catalyst for transformation, stressing the need for human resource professionals to acquire new skills in anticipation of future changes.
The world of workforce across the globe is changing faster than ever before. Technology innovation, AI, artificial intelligence, global competition, shifting demographics, and new business models are redefining the skills and mindsets required for sourcing. In this new reality, traditional approaches to workforce planning are no longer sufficient. Therefore, preparing a future-ready workforce is no longer an option. It is a strategic necessity for organizational survival and national progress as a whole.
Governor Aiyedatiwa reaffirmed his administration's commitment to accelerated human capital development in the state's public service and promised to align workforce policies with global best practices. He urged CIPM members to position themselves for the evolving demands of the profession.
I urge all CIPM members here today to continue to position themselves as catalysts for transformation, not only in your respective workplace but in society at large. Undoubtedly, the future belongs to those who can anticipate change, embrace it, and lead others to it.
President and Chairman of CIPM Governing Council, Ahmed Gobi, applauded the Ondo State branch for a decade of excellence, noting that 44% of the skilled workforce could face disruption in the next 5 years due to technology. He challenged human resource professionals to work smarter, faster and better. CIPM Chairman in Ondo State, Olushola Lebile, described the conference theme timely, given the rapid changes driven by technology. He commended the Aiyedatiwa-led administration for prioritizing training and reviving sponsorship for international human resource conferences.
Distinguished participants, we have versatile personalities with a wide range of expertise selected as speakers to do justice to the topics of discourse. Hence, we urge you to feel free to participate actively as your contributions will deepen our knowledge and build our capacity on the subject matter.
Keynote speaker Wale Adediran emphasized the importance of embracing technology and digital literacy for effective service delivery. The event featured awards to Governor Aiyedatiwa and other personalities for their commitment to human resource development. Kunle Aruyo, Osrc News. The drive to provide students with a state-of-the-art digital learning environment for enhancement of their academic experience and prepare them for demands of the modern architecture profession has taken the center stage at the Federal University of Technology, Akure Futa. It was a launch of a 50 million naira appeal fund for the Masters of Technology e-Studio, a collaborative initiative between Nigerian Institute of Architecture and Futa alumni, where Osrc's Abidemi Akindotoye has details.
The Nigerian Institute of Architects, NIA, led by its president Mobolaji Adeniyi, embarked on a significant visit to Federal University of Technology, Akure, for the launch of a 50 million naira Masters of Technology e-Studio in the Department of Architecture. As the NIA team arrived on campus, they received a warm welcome from students of architecture. The delegation proceeded to the office of the dean, who later led them to the vice chancellor's office, an act that underscored the importance of the occasion. NIA President Mobolaji Adeniyi expressed deep appreciation to FUTA's vice chancellor, Professor Nike Oladiji, for her transformative leadership and commitment to excellence.
We understand the meaning and the depth of it. For a woman to rise in leadership in this country, either in academia, practice, association, we know that that woman has a lot in her, and by the grace of God, she's succeeding. Professor
Nike Oladiji and the Dean of the School of Environmental Technology, Dr. Joseph Bashorun, lauded the project as a major boost to architectural education in the institution.
Bringing our colleagues and our friends together to say, let's all come together and give something to humanity. One thing that I'm observing now, which is a bad trend, is that it's only when there is problem that people come together to say, let's provide solution. It's a very bad trend. Before there is a problem, what can we do? And that is what you are doing, madam. I commend your initiative.
Later at FUTA Conference Hall, guests, alumni and students gathered for the formal launch of the project. In her keynote, Mrs. Mobolaji Adeniyi highlighted the vision behind the initiative of creating opportunities for architecture students to thrive in a rapidly evolving digital world.
We particularly chose the M Studio because we wanted to give them some technological improvement in their studio experience. And so we have chosen FUTA, we've gone to APU, this is the second university, we still gone to some universities. So it's a private initiative of Mobolaji Adeniyi, friends of Mobolaji Adeniyi, to support my presidency and leave legacy projects.
Head of Architecture Department Adedayo Ayola further emphasized the studio's role in improving teaching and research in architecture.
This state-of-the-art facility will encourage students in the area of digital architecture and also allow them to learn better than what they have before now.
The launch of the MTech e-Studio marks a pivotal step towards transforming the academic experience of FUTA architecture students and turning their aspiration for excellence into reality. Abidemi Akindotoye, Osrc News.
Air travel is widely regarded one of the safest and most efficient means of transportation. But in Nigeria, a string of recent clashes between passengers and airline operators is raising questions about conduct, safety, and the overall image of the aviation sector. Our correspondent Ayo Uluwatomiwa Adetunjin examines the impact of recent infractions on the industry and passengers in this special report.
Recent altercations involving airline staff and passengers in Nigeria have sparked public debate and concern, from heated arguments to physical confrontations. These incidents have cast a spotlight on issues of discipline, compliance, and fairness within the sector. Fuji musician Wasiu Ayinde, popularly known as Kwamwan, was recently involved in a confrontation at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, allegedly obstructing an aircraft from taxiing. In another case, a passenger, Comfort Emerson, was forcibly removed from a flight after reportedly refusing to switch off a phone and allegedly assaulting a flight attendant. While many Nigerians condemn unruly passengers' behavior, others are questioning whether airlines are handling these situations with fairness and professionalism.
I see no reason why there should be any glitch between airline operators and passengers. Protocols should adhere to, I don't see any reason why there should be any problem. It's not
The cases also underscored the critical importance of aviation safety regulations, such as switching off electronic devices during critical flight stages and the need to curb disruptive behaviors on board.
Keeping the safety protocols is very important for everybody. We thank God in Nigeria we have many years of clean travel record. We should not allow that to go on. To appeal, we need to the flying public that we should try by all means and maintain the protocol. What does it take? If you are traveling in Nigeria, they want to put off your phone. What is the big about that? You understand? Don't bring in alcohol, don't bring in water. What's the big about it? You understand? I think we should be more careful.
But the conversation does not end there. A growing debate centers on the scope of airlines authority. Is it lawful to impose outright ban on passengers, and are these measures applied consistently or otherwise?
Wasiu Ayinde has already been reached after committing the crime. I heard that it was being named and made ambassador. Ambassador for what? It's about them for terrorism, about them to be fighting everywhere. My advice for this country is that we need to go back to our law, making sure that nobody is above the law. I will advise Nigerian government not to be partial in their judgment.
Experts warn that such clashes not only disrupt flight operations but also tarnish the reputation of Nigeria's aviation sector at a time when regulators are striving to improve safety standards and passengers' experience. As these confrontations continue to make headlines, stakeholders insist that mutual respect is non-negotiable. Airlines must enforce global safety standards firmly yet fairly, while passengers bear an equal responsibility to comply with the rules. Analysts say striking that balance will be crucial to restoring trust and ensuring Nigeria's aviation industry continues to soar above turbulence. Ayoluwatomiwa Adetunji, Osrc News.
The federal government will soon commence disbursement of interest-free loan to smallholder farmers and businesses across Nigeria. National Program Manager of Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program, Hamsal Baba made the announcement in Kaduna during an engagement with representatives of Traders Association and other stakeholders. He said the loans are part of the Farmer Money Scheme, which aims to support small-scale farmers involved in poultry, aquaculture, livestock rearing, and crop production. According to Baba, the The program, domiciled under the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, is one of the flagship initiatives under the National Social Investment Program. The coordinator added that the loans ranged from 5,000 naira to 100,000 naira depending on the scheme and are structured to promote sustainability through monitoring and evaluation. President Bola Tinubu has approved the immediate release of over 16 billion naira for the reconstruction of Makwa Bridge in Niger State months after it was washed away by flooding. Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris announced the approval in Abakaliki after a meeting with Minister of Works Dave Umahi. According to the minister, the funding approval demonstrates the Tinubu administration's responsiveness to critical infrastructure emergencies. Idris emphasized the importance of the bridge for regional connectivity and praised the swift response of Ministry of Works following the disaster. The Chinese embassy in Nigeria has reacted to the accusation their nationals physically abused their Nigerian employees and alleged non-payment of salaries of the 12 workers who were recently rescued from the Central African Republic. Reacting to the report, the embassy noted that it attaches great importance to the matter. While the embassy said it will investigate the issue, it emphasized that the allegations are being taken seriously and that due process will be followed. It added that Chinese government consistently requires all Chinese citizens abroad to comply with the laws and regulations of their host countries and conduct business activities by all applicable rules and requirements. The reaction comes after the Nigerian workers who arrived back in the country last week narrated harrowing experiences of abuse, starvation and non-payment of wages at the hands of Chinese mining employers in Central African Republic. And straight to the falling scene on the death toll from heavy monsoon floods and landslides in Pakistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir continues to rise rapidly, with at least 307 people confirmed dead. Most of the deaths were recorded by disaster authorities in the mountainous Khyber province in the northwest Pakistan. At least 74 homes have been damaged, while a rescue helicopter crashed during operations, killing its 5 crew. 9 persons were killed in Pakistan-administered Kashmir, while another 5 died in the northern Greater Baltun region. Khyber has declared a day of mourning. And with that, we have come to the end of the news tonight. But before we go, let's take another look at the highlight. The Independent National Electoral Commission has conducted by-elections in 16 constituencies of 12 states. The exercise was called by INEC to fill the vacant seats at the national and state assemblies. We also told you that to complement government efforts of protecting lives and property, our security network has inducted 150 cadets. Also, we told you that President Bola Tinubu has approved over 16 billion naira for reconstruction of Makwa Bridge. And from the falling scene, we told you monsoon rains have claimed more than 300 lives in Pakistan. And that's it on the news tonight. We thank you for being a part of it. Good evening.